How's it going, guys?
Danger.
How's it going? We are going to talk about crypto. So if you guys have any requests, let me know. And we will get started here in a moment. Let me get set up here. Go live on TikTok. And we'll get started here in a second. MoneySwap is going nuts today, so I'm pretty excited about that. I bought that a little bit ago. So that is going pretty good. So let me get started here on TikTok, and we'll get started. Some of you guys know I did start a challenge account. I'm trying to trade $100 into a few $1 million in a year. I think it's possible. If you make 3% a day compounding, it's possible. So we'll see how that goes. Currently, we're doing really well on the account because MoneySwap decided it wanted to go parabolic today. I'm still waiting for the reset on the 15-minute chart. I'm trying to figure out right now if I want to take profits because we're overbought on the 15-minute chart, or if I want this to be a swing trade. I think right now, because Bitcoin is dumping, I'm gonna play it out and see how it goes. If we start flagging out on the 15-minute chart, I'm gonna stay in MoneySwap. If it starts dumping like crazy, I'm just gonna take my profits and move on. So that's kind of MoneySwap short and quick. But let's go over to Bitcoin because Bitcoin just lost $20,000, and I'm gonna tell you where I think Bitcoin is gonna head next. If you guys are new or like what you see, I appreciate if you hit the like button and subscribe or follow if you guys are new. So right now, Bitcoin is below $20,000, $19,955. So let's go over to Bookmap. For you, those of you guys on YouTube, you guys can see what I'm looking at. This shows where all the liquidity is at for Bitcoin. Right now, most of the liquidity is lower. There's a little bit at $25,000, just a little bit around 22, 23K, but I mean, there's a lot of green lower, which means, unfortunately, I thought we were going to get another pump up to 23K again before we go lower, but it doesn't look like this is going to be the case. There's a lot. The biggest amount of liquidity is at $15,000. So I do think within the next few weeks, that's probably where Bitcoin goes, is $15,000. I would expect a pretty strong bounce at $15,000 because that's where the most liquidity is, so there should be some sort of bounce there. There's also be a bounce, obviously, where you have support at 17.5 in those other areas, but 15K is the next. That's where all the buys are, so that's probably where we're going to end up going quickly. So the next major support, though, for Bitcoin on the smaller time frames is 19,500, or you have to get back. The next resistance is 20,500, and the next support is 19,500. So that's kind of what we're looking out for right now. Let me go to the 1 hour chart, and we will look at how the RSI is looking. Zoom in a little bit. So RSI on 1 hour chart is pretty much reset for Bitcoin. The 4 hour chart is already completely bottomed out pretty much, and the daily chart is overbought at 79. So the daily chart's overextended. The 4 hour chart's oversold. The 1 hour chart is almost oversold, and the 15-minute chart is bottom. So really, 15-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour all look like we're probably going to get some sort of bounce. So I really don't expect us to go any lower short term, like in the next few days, lower than 19,500, because the RSI is telling us we should pump on the smaller time frames. But on the larger time frames, like the daily chart and the bigger time frames, that's saying it's overextended. So I would expect, this might not happen, but this is what I'm expecting. Bitcoin probably gets a relief rally, at least to 20,500. Wait for the 1 hour, 15-minute, 4 hour to all get overbought. When that happens, then we can dump again on the bigger time frames. That's what I'm expecting. So a lower high, but 20,500 probably will be hit before we go any lower. I could be wrong though, but that's just because we're so oversold on the 4 hour, 1 hour, and 15-minute chart. So that's where I see Bitcoin going next. I don't see this going below 19.5. We might get back above 20K tonight, but I would be surprised if within the next 24 hours we don't see 20,500 again. So, anyways, if you guys have any requests, let me know and I will look at them. Let's go over to look at. So Burger's been on kind of. Burger Coin's kind of interesting, but it's very overextended. So I made some money on that earlier today, or was it yesterday? Yeah, I made some money on it earlier today. Let's go over and look at Jasmy. Jasmy is currently again below 1 penny at 0.0097, so it's really struggling now. Obviously all of crypto is struggling today, or at least most of it is struggling, but Jasmy's really struggling. The 4 hour chart for Jasmy is completely oversold. Let's check out the daily chart. Daily chart is overbought, kind of like Bitcoin. I'm guessing 1 hour is oversold too. Yes, it is. And 15-minute chart is oversold, getting the bounce right now. So going back to the 4 hour chart, it just doesn't look very good. You you had major resistance at 1.2 cents. You had a wick up there, couldn't get above it. You did not hold 1.1 cents as support, and now that you're below a penny, your next support is going to be down here at 9/10 of a penny. So that is the next major support. And then you have a local low at 8/10 of a penny. So right now, I'm still looking for lower targets on Jasmine. Now, Bitcoin gets a relief bounce to 20,500. Then I'm sure Jasmine will hover around a penny. So more than anything, I would expect us to get above a penny later tonight or tomorrow. But I don't expect any major moves in Jasmine in the near future. So we could see a small relief bounce to 1.1 cents or something like that. But that would be like, what, a 10 or 11% move? So nothing crazy. So that's kind of it for Jasmine. I'm not too thrilled about what I'm seeing there. MSwap, though, this is what I've been trading today. You had a falling wedge here. You broke to the upside. You broke to 24. Then you had another falling wedge. And this was the best call I had. Before it broke out, I had a call that would get up to 0.0028, and it got up to 0.00, like within 0.002849. So very close. If you're on YouTube, you can see what I'm talking about. So that was an extremely good call. And also, then you had another falling wedge, which you consolidated in for only about 30 minutes, and then you broke up. My measure move on this one was only 32.4, and you broke up. The high was 34.8. So you did break up, but it went higher than I expected, which is okay. And now, pretty much short-term, 15-minute chart is probably saying we are going to have a small sell-off. We might flag out. If we flag out, it means we're going to have another move up, but you got to consolidate for the next hour, so probably on MSwap before we have another move up. So, all right, so I have money in the stock market, but I don't trade it. I did at one point. I don't do it anymore. Thoughts on Solana? Well, Solana's going to do whatever Bitcoin does. Let me go see what Solana's at right now. I do think Bitcoin's going to get some sort of bounce this week. Solana's at $33. Oversold on the 4-hour. Oversold on the 1-hour almost. 15-minute chart's oversold. Smaller time frame saying we need a bounce. Daily chart's still saying we're going lower. So I would... Solana. So let me go to the 4-hour chart and see what I see. I mean, Solana doesn't look very bullish to me short term. But the 4-hour chart is saying you do want to bounce. The 1-hour chart's almost oversold. So probably at some point tomorrow you do get a bounce. But I would be surprised if you got above $35. Macro term, Bitcoin's going to probably make a new low. So within the next few weeks, so middle of July, I would say by end of July, Bitcoin's going to make a new low, which, if not sooner, which means Solana is going to make a new low below $26 on the daily and weekly chart. So for the next 1 to 2 months, I'm not bullish on Solana, but for the next few hours, I would expect some sort of bounce to the upside because Bitcoin's very oversold. Solana is pretty oversold on the smaller time frames. So, but long term, in the next bull market, Solana would do just fine. Jasmine's junk. Well, that's what people watch on my channel. I don't know. I have almost 30 Solana, and I'm dollar cost averaging. That's the best way to do it, especially if you're going to invest for the next bull run, because I don't know what was the all-time high in Solana in the last bull run. Let me look at the weekly chart. So Solana's high was $260. So yeah, even if it only did a double top in the next bull run, which I'm sure it will go higher, but say it goes to $500 in the next bull run, that's an easy 10 or 15x from where we are now. So I do think if dollar cost averaging in to these top projects are going to be safe, but don't put all your eggs in one basket, because remember what happened with Luna Coin. So just be safe with it. Don't go all in on one project. 250 Solana by the next bull run. That is awesome. Any coin I purchase right now, well, I'm watching MSwap for like a day trade, but if you're talking about long term, I wouldn't be touching much long term unless you're dollar cost averaging. But if you just want to buy a big chunk all at once, I wouldn't do that just yet, because I do think Bitcoin's going to go lower. But MSwap's on my radar tonight. Burger is as well. You can buy those coins on KuCoin. So, and I have no idea what Paxos is. Let me see if I can pull it up here. If it's on KuCoin, I'll look at it. USDT. It's on Coin. It's on Coinbase. It's the price. Well, it's a stable coin. So, unless it's a different coin, otherwise I can't chart it. So, I don't know about that. XRP for long term. I do think XRP. What's XRP at right now? XRP is currently at 31 cents. I gotta clean this chart up. Holy crap, that's bad. That's just, yeah, so. I mean, XRP's at 31 cents, you know. If you ever see XRP again at 10 cents, I would personally buy some too if I have the cash to do so. But, you know, XRP, I do like long term, especially whenever this lawsuit gets over with. But, you know, short term XRP looks really, really bearish. Keeps making lower lows, lower highs, and that's pretty much it. So, yeah. But at 10 cents, in my opinion, would be an absolute great buy for XRP. 10 cents and lower. If you ever see that price again, that's where I would scoop some up at. YOLO $30 to the Luna Classic when it hit rock bottom. So how much did you make on that? That's awesome. You feel motivated this morning? Awesome. It's afternoon here, so I don't know where you're at. It must be on the other side of the world. It's 6:40 p.m. where I'm at. Quant opinion. I don't know what LCX is. Sounds like another shit coin, but let me look. Oh, it's on Coinbase. That doesn't make me feel any better, though, because now Coinbase is listing all types of coins. So I don't know what LCX is. Quant, let me look at Quant really quick. I'll use the Coinbase chart. So Quant's at $79. All-time high for the last bull run was what? $428. I know it's a top cryptocurrency. That's about all I know about it. In the last bull run, I was basically trading meme coins. Probably not the best idea. I could have made a lot of money if I took my profits when I should have. But, you know, you do what you do. This next bull run, I want to have enough money so I can invest in just Bitcoin and Ethereum and then maybe some altcoins, and that's what I want to do. I don't want to keep trading. Like, I'll still have my trading bag, but I want to invest more into safer projects than I did in the previous one. Plus, I want to have more money. So, I would say it's going to be at least another year of this bear market until we start going sideways. Then we're probably going to start going sideways at the bottom, and then we'll start going up. So, you have about a year, in my opinion, I could be wrong, to have your bag before we start slowly going up. And then we aren't going to really go parabolic until after the halving, which is like, what, a year and a half to 2 years away? I think it's almost 2 years away. So, technically, you still probably have a year to 2 years to accumulate what you want to accumulate. But that's just my opinion. So, yeah. So, all right. So, what's on my radar tonight? So, I'm watching Jupiter Coin. If you guys are on YouTube, Crypto Boss Andrew on YouTube, you guys can see the charts I'm looking at. Jupiter Coin is in what I would call a bullish pennant. So, that is kind of what it just looks pretty good to me. So, I have my alert set. If it were to break to the upside, it's currently at 1.4, almost 1.5 cents. My target is 2.6 cents, 2.57 cents. So if you want to be conservative, call it 2.4 cents. That would be an absolute awesome move. That is all on the 4-hour chart, though, so it's going to not happen. It probably won't break out tonight. It'll probably be a few days, but if that does break out, it'd be pretty awesome. Burger is crossing $3. But yeah, if this trade were to play out from the top of the wedge where I'm charting it, that's 46%. If it were to break, if you bought it right now, it'd be 60%, 64% if it were to hit my measured move. So Jupiter is another coin I'm watching probably for the next few days. That's not such a shorter term play. But what is MSwap doing? So MSwap right now is currently at 0.003 cents. Let's go to the 5-minute chart because I've been watching MSwap on the 5-minute chart earlier for the entire day. So it's consolidating right now. What I want to see on MSwap is for it to flag out and to make another falling wedge. That's what it's been doing all day long. If it can make another falling wedge, then you can break back to the upside and continue your move for another high above 35. So right now it is consolidating, and the 5-minute chart is almost oversold. Let's go to the 7-minute chart on MSwap. 7-minute chart has more room to go down, so definitely not quite a buy yet if you're trying to trade it. I'm still in my trade. I got in at 19.5. It's currently at 30 right now, 30.2, 30.1. So we'll see what happens with this. I'm going to keep y'all up to date on that. If you guys are new, want to join my trading group, which is more of like a where we talk crypto group, not really a trading group, but you guys can join that. The link is in the description, both on YouTube and TikTok. So feel free to join that. Bitcoin is the best cryptocurrency ever. Yeah, it is, especially if you got in when it was $100. Appreciate the follow. ETH bottom, few $100 because if Bitcoin goes to 15K, Ethereum is going to go to $400 or $500 bare minimum. I bought my first Ethereum at $300. I regret selling it, but it is what it is. You live and learn, right? No one really makes money their first bull market, or if they do, they lose it all. That's what happened to me. So this next bull run, I'm going to do very well. I just know it. I'm also starting a new challenge where I trade $100 into $4 million in the next year. So that will help me out quite a bit as well when that does work out, which I do think it will. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be doing it. Shiba Inu. Awesome. I made some money on that. Paid off my truck with that. Have I heard of PiCoin? I have not. So, yeah, appreciate the follows, guys. So, yeah, what is PiCoin? I don't know. I think Shiba Inu could have another fun run. But obviously, I think a lot of the hype is dead. I do think coins like that are known are going to go crazy again. But is it going to do 1,000x? No. Is Doge going to do another 1,000x? No. It's unfortunate, but it just won't. So, I mean, I guess maybe in 20 years it will. From now in 20 years, I guess anything's possible. But it's highly unlikely. As the market cap grows, it's less likely that they're going to go nuts and go parabolic. So, how's it going? Not me and not you, but who? He said, yo. Okay, that's an interesting username, but... yeah, so I'm watching Jupiter for the next few days, and then I'm watching MSwap for tonight, just for like trading it. So those are my plays I'm watching over the next few days, and of course Bitcoin. But I do think Bitcoin has to get back above 20,500 to be bullish again, and I do think it will probably get some sort of relief bounce soon because the 4 hour, 1 hour, and 15-minute charts are oversold, so it's due for some sort of bounce back to the upside, at least short term. Long term, like I said, over the next course of the month, rest of this month, I am bearish on Bitcoin. But I do think before we go lower, we at least need to revisit the 20,500 level as resistance, and we'll see if we can do that. Okay. NFA. What is that? Why do I feel like that's a coin that's absolutely about to pump? I feel like that sounds familiar. NFA. I don't know. Maybe it's not a coin. NFA. I don't even see it, so maybe I'm just... Can Jasmine survive? Well, it's going to survive, but it's not going to do well. It's never going to see $1 again. Made my first purchase this last week, making $4 million. Sounds great to me. If it happens, that's awesome. Yeah, if you start with $100, you have $100, you can turn that into over $4 million in a year if you make 3% every day compounding. So it's very possible. You just have to stick with it. You have to grind with it, and you have to make sure you have proper risk management in your trades. Definitely not easy. I don't know if I'll do it, but I trust myself that I will. And it's long overdue that I succeed now trading. So if I just shoot for 3% a day, I can totally do it. I just got to use proper risk management, have stop losses in. So that's all you got to do. But if you're brand new to trading, don't expect it to happen. I've been in trading for almost 2 years now, so we'll see how it goes. So yeah, let me go back to YouTube. If it's not you, who could it be? It's not me. Okay, I don't know what to say. Bitcoin's back above $20,000, so that is a very good sign. Let's go see what MSwap. MSwap just lost the 30 mark, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, the 30 mark. It is consolidating right now. We'll see if this can become a falling wedge, which would be good. But if it starts tanking to the downside, that's not good. 5-minute chart on MSwap is completely oversold now. Well, it's basically oversold. So we'll see what happens with MSwap. That's on my radar. Feel free, guys, to join the trading group as well. If PiCoin hits $25, I'll make $90,000. I'm holding, don't know how to trade. That's if your brain, yeah, that's what 99% of people should do. That's what I should have done. I would have more money right now if I just held in the last bull market. I just would. That's kind of crazy, but I would. Consolidating for a couple more days before we drop to 14K in Bitcoin. That's exactly what I think. I think 14 to 15,000 is the next leg down for Bitcoin. That's where all the liquidity is, and usually that's where Bitcoin goes. Now MSwap is at 29, so that's where I do think Bitcoin is going to go as well. I'm diamond handy as we speak. Man, if you guys are holding this bear market and you're not trading, congrats to you. I couldn't do that. I would, if I was going to do anything, I'd be all in cash, or I'd be trading. I don't think I could just sit out and not do anything. But Bitcoin's going to 12K before it gets any better, in my opinion. Hey, if Bitcoin loses $14,000, in my opinion, we're going to see $9,000 because that's where the next CME gap is to the downside. I guess there's one at 17.5 as well, which never got filled because I think when we were at that price, it was the weekend. I could be wrong about that. So 17.5 and 9K are the CME gaps. If we go below 9K, we have a major problem. So, you know, you can't close a daily candle, in my opinion, below $9,000 on Bitcoin to be bullish at all. But you also want to buy when everyone's extremely scared. So there's that too. I'm dying inside. My portfolio dropped 3K in one day. Man. Pulse X. Bear market is where millionaires are made. You're exactly right. You accumulate or you trade. Also, you guys can make money in the bear market when everything really, if Bitcoin really loses 19,500, trust me, I'll be getting to a short because you can make money when the markets go down as well. So just know that, right? Just know that. MSwap is trying to hold that 30 level. We'll see what happens. Let's just chart the measured move if it were to have another leg up. The next measured move would be, we have to see where it bottoms, and if it is going to bottom over, it's going to keep going down. But, oh my gosh, if it is going to break out, we're looking around the 40 to 41 mark on MSwap. From here, that's a 25% gain. For me, that would be a double on my money today in this $100 account challenge. So we'll see what happens. My stop loss is at break even. Pretty excited about that. 5 minutes now curling down. We got to wait till 6:50 right now. We got to wait till 7 minutes curling down too. Next 15-minute candle close is in 9 minutes. So we gotta wait another 9 minutes to see how the 15-minute chart's looking. It looks like we are another falling wedge on MSwap, which is good, but I still think we have a little more downside. We could see though. Burgers crossing $3. Only way I lose if I sell. Yep. Best super cheap crypto. Well, if you guys have been around for a long time, you know that I've liked Elon 1, but now I'm having my doubts about that. I know people that still hold that. Maybe dabble in that a little bit. My brother holds that still. I might buy back into that. But if you're looking for really safe coins, best cheap cryptos, oof, then you're asking me to then you're asking about altcoins, and there's so many out there. So I can't give advice. I would say if you're brand new, buy Bitcoin. I wish I had my Bitcoin still. I sold my one Bitcoin I had. I wish I still had that. I bought that at $7,000. Ethereum at $300. Regrets. So we'll see. But Bitcoin and Ethereum are the safest to do. Altcoins, I'm not even going to go into that because there's so many out. There's thousands. Luna C to the moon. How is Luna C doing today? Luna C, Luna Classic on KuCoin is currently at 1048. So I will do some analysis on KuCoin or on so this looks really good right now. Actually, Luna Classic looks really, really good right now on the 4-hour chart. Obviously, you have to see what Bitcoin's going to do. If Bitcoin loses 19.5, this is going to go a lot lower. It's getting very tight on the 4-hour chart. It is holding that bottom trend line. So the 4-hour chart is almost oversold. The 1-hour chart on Luna Classic is as well oversold. Let me zoom out on the RSI. 1-hour chart on the RSI is completely bottomed out. Let me see if I can show you guys this, or if I can figure out how to flip the camera. So 1-hour chart is oversold and the completely bottomed out on the RSI. The 4-hour chart is almost oversold. It has a little more downside. The daily chart though, daily chart's almost resetting too. This could be, if Bitcoin is about to have another leg up here, which is a big if, it could be good. 15-minute chart's getting a bounce. But the problem is, if you go back to the 1-hour chart, it is about to lose this bottom of this channel. So you really need to see the bounce if you want to be bullish. The 4-hour chart is also in this nice symmetrical triangle. You could maybe call it a falling wedge. But overall, it's got to get a bounce here. If it loses, in my opinion, if it loses 10, then it's over and it's going to have a big dump. So you got to hold 10, in my opinion. But that's just my analysis. I could be so wrong. I've been wrong before. But that's about it. A friend of mine sold 25 Bitcoin for $1,000. Well, hey, at least he made some money, right? Hopefully he got in below that. But you live and you learn and you get better. How's it going? Bitcoin will go up. Do I think Bitcoin will go up? I think Bitcoin is due on the smaller time frames to get a relief bounce at least to 20,500, which is a big point of control where there's a lot of volume and where there's some sells. But short term, if you don't get above 20,500, if you retest that and get rejected, then I do think we are due for a major correction to 14 or 15K. So Bitcoin short term looks okay, but long term for the end of the month, I'm not very bullish on it. Like I don't see as a big rally happening in the next few weeks. I wish I could be wrong about that, but unfortunately, it is looking bearish. So appreciate the follow. If you guys are new, appreciate if you guys hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button if you guys are on YouTube, and join the group. Join my trading group or whatever you want to call it. Join the crypto group. It's not really a trading group. I mean, I trade a little bit, but they don't really talk about it. So, just join it. It'll be fun. A lot of the people in my group right now are talking about Elon 1 and everything, so be aware of that. So right now, MSwap is almost oversold on the 7-minute. Let's see what we can do here. And it is pushing lower. I would like to see this consolidation slow up a bit and get a rally up, but we will see what happens. Bitcoin is not helping the situation at all either because it is below $20,000. So that's not going to help anything. Yeah. You need to see this the bounce pretty quickly on MSwap if you want to be bullish on MSwap still. I am on YouTube at CryptoBoss Andrew, yes. Am I shorting or longing? I am not in a short right now. I am longing, and I am in a long on AVAX, which I'm getting absolutely demolished in. But that was only like, what? I put 13 bucks in there. So I'm down a lot, though, because I did 5X long. But like I said, it was 13 bucks. So, yeah, I'm not that worried about it. I am in a long position on MSwap right now. I got in at 19.5. It's at 29 right now. I'm hoping it flags out and goes up again. Trying to be in a falling wedge, but honestly, if it goes much lower any quicker, it's not going to be very bullish. We got to see when the 5-minute curls back up, 5-minute, 7-minute, when those bottom on the RSI, if we get the bounce, because if we don't, that's not bullish. So we will see what happens. The 7-minute the 5-minute has now completely curled, is bottoming. So we got to see if we get the bounce now. So I guess you could say I'm in a long. I have more money in a long than a short right now, but if I'm going to probably switch that up really quick if Bitcoin loses 19,500. So the reason I can't justify being in a short right now is because the 1-hour chart for Bitcoin is oversold, the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin is oversold, the 15-minute chart for Bitcoin is pretty much oversold, and the daily chart, yes, that's overbought, but the smaller time frames are due for a bounce, so I can't justify shorting. If those were overbought, Bitcoin on the daily chart was overbought, I would be shorting, but I can't justify doing it right now, so I'm not in a short. And so that's why I think at some point we get a bounce. Now, if we lose 19.5, it's just going to, then it's going to probably get, the RSI is going to get pinned at the bottom of the channel, and we're going to keep going lower. But at some point, we're due for a relief bounce, even if it's only to 21,000 or 20,500, we're due for some sort of bounce. If we got a bounce there and then we're overbought again, it took a few days for us to go up, and then we're overbought on the 4-hour and the 1-hour and 15-minute, I'd short. But right now, I can't short. I can't justify shorting. So. Appreciate the follows, guys. So let me go back to YouTube and see if anyone said anything on YouTube. Asti Avi Inverse Finance, is that what it's called? The Saudis in Dubai about to say, hold my beer. How high oil go? What is oil at? I don't even know. I see, that's my problem. I'm so in depth with what crypto's doing, but I don't pay attention to like the other markets, which is probably a problem because Bitcoin kind of does what whatever the stock market does. Oil's at $33. Is that like, let me look at the weekly chart. I know it was negative. That's about all I know. $33 a gallon on the weekly chart. So yeah, I don't know what's normal. I know gas is high, so I'm assuming 30 bucks a gallon is a crazy high, but I don't know. I honestly just don't know about that. So I'm going to look at Inverse for this Inverse Finance because that is a coin that I've actually traded before when it was at 700 bucks. And so Inverse Finance is currently at $114. It's been at around the $100 region for a very long time. Let me go to the daily chart. Inverse Finance is trying just to survive, and it's not doing a very good job of it. just doesn't look good. Yeah, I mean, you are making higher highs now. The problem is, are you making higher lows? Kind of are. You know what I would say this is the most like? This is like a bear flag though. So it's hard. It's just 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart could be in a falling wedge though. So that's interesting. It's just so random. It's a complete pump and dump coin. It was at $84 for the longest time. Then it pumped all the way up to what, like $177, and now it's going back down. It's at $117. It's a pump and dump coin, so it's kind of hard to do TA on these types of coins. But it is a coin I'd watch. 4-hour chart is oversold, so probably due for another relief rally. 1 hour is oversold. Daily is completely overbought. So to me, this does not look bullish right now. Inverse finance could be in a bear flag on the daily chart. So you had a wick higher out of the channel, but then by the candle close, you came back in it. I would be bear. I'm bearish on this right now. 1 hour, I'm bearish. 1 hour, 4 hour could get a relief bounce, but daily chart's completely oversold or overbought. I mean, it does not look that good for inverse right now. I am moving to O stage. I think some people know that. I am moving. I'm excited to pay less rent. I'll say that. So, yeah, that's kind of it. That's kind of all I want to go over. Let me go back to... okay, so it's looking like MSwap is trying to move back up. It's back at 31. I'll flip the camera again. And it's trying to go up. So this is the bounce I wanted to see. 5 minutes, 5 minutes trying to get the bounce. And we will see what happens now. Let me do that a little bit. 5 minutes trying to get the bounce. The 7 minutes trying to get the bounce, I do think, or it's about to. 7 minutes trying to roll over here and be at the bottom of the channel. Now, the 15-minute chart is what I'm worried about, but you did get the nice bounce here that sent you up. When you oversold here, you didn't get completely oversold, but you had a nice move up. So I am still definitely watching this on the smaller time frames. If you go above 32, in my opinion, you're breaking out to the upside. And the measured move would be, if you're breaking out right now, the measured move, in my humble opinion, would be 42. That would be a huge move. It's at 31 right now. So in my opinion, this is definitely the coin to watch tonight is MSwap. On KuCoin, you can buy it. KuCoin, you can probably buy it on Uniswap, but you can't set a stop loss there, so that's not where I would recommend you buy it. But, that's kind of it. So, if there's any other requests, I'll keep doing them. Otherwise, that's kind of all I got. Yeah, so I'm going to end the YouTube live stream. I'm going to end that right now, and we will be back live. What is today, Monday? I'll be back live Friday at 4:30 p.m. Central Time. So that's our Mondays and Fridays, 4:30 p.m. Central Time. Today was later, but Friday I'll be back live, hopefully at 4:30 p.m. Central Time. Otherwise, I'll be live another time on Friday. So, but I'm going to try to do 4:30 p.m. Central Time. So,